In Illustrator, when you open up a new program, a new file, you'll have all of these tool functions that will appear. I want to go over just some of the most essential tools that you would find. The very first one and most important is probably the selection tool right here. This will allow you to select things once you've drawn them on here. Another very important tool right here is the pen tool. The pen tool acts like, you guessed it, a pen, and if you click one point and you click another point, you can make a straight line. You continue to make those points connected at the end, and you've made a shape. Lines make shapes, as we already know. Another important tool is the type tool. This is what you're going to use to type any kind of text or titles that you would want. Another important tool is the rectangle tool. Instead of using the pen tool to make a shape, I can just, if I want to make a rectangle, say this white background, I wanted to make it a different color, I'd use the rectangle tool and put a rectangle right in front of that. Another important tool would be this tool, the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool will soak up any color that you might see somewhere. Okay, and that can change the color. So the pen tool, a rectangle tool, a brush tool. Unlike a pen tool where you have to go connect the dots, the brush tool, if you hold your mouse down, the brush tool will make one continuous mark. An eraser gets rid of something that you don't want. The artboard tool. And lastly, whatever color is down here will tell you, whatever color you're using at the moment, it will tell you what it is right here, as well as way over here. Okay. Right now, if I'm going to use my paint, make a rectangle tool, right now the fill or the color inside the rectangle will be non-existent. So there's none. When you have a red crossbar over diagonal crossbar right there or there, that means that there's going to be no fill. And right now the stroke or the border is going to be black. So if I make a rectangle, it'll be a black rectangle with nothing in the middle. So if you see, it's a very thin line. If I wanted to make it a thicker line, what I can do is adjust the paths or adjust the borders. So this is the path tool bar here, and make the stroke a little bit wider. So it's a 9-point border there. I can make it 18. I can go crazy and make it 80. Ta-da. I can also adjust the type of brush that I have. So right now it's a solid black line. I can make it look more like a chalk brush. I could have it be fancy, floral. I can also go into here, the library of brushes, and choose other brushes. Let's choose ink brushes. It's like ink drops. That's a watercolor. Okay. So those are just a few essential tools. The selection tool, the pen tool, type tool, eyedropper tool, eraser, rectangle. If you ever want to, if you're a little bit confused as to what tool is what, just hold your mouse over for a second and a little box telling you what that tool is will appear. If you look closely at each one of these tools, you'll notice a little triangle in the corner. If you hold on to that, all sorts of other tools will appear within that. So these all are different shapes. So I'm going to use the star tool. Ta-da, I made a star. I can make the fill blue. There's my star. Let's say I use the pen tool, I can add things, take things away using that pen tool. So those are just a few very brief introductions into each one of these things.